There are countries where Filipinos are welcomed like heroes. But there are also places where the moment people see a blue passport, their expression quietly changes. Every year, millions of Filipinos leave home with one shared hope: to find a better life somewhere far away. But reality isn't always kind. In some countries, that dream has to pass through countless barriers. Today, we'll explore the 10 countries where Filipinos face the toughest challenges living or working in 2025. Not because these nations dislike us, but because their policies, costs, and systems make the journey harder. From difficult visa processes, short-term contracts, high living expenses, to ever-changing laws, each country offers a lesson in resilience, preparation, and smart decision-making. And you might be surprised by the one that ranks number 1. If you've ever worked abroad, or are planning to, this video is for you. Stay until the end to understand the limits that the Filipino dream must overcome. And don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts below. Your story might help someone choose the right path. Now let's begin our countdown to discover 10 places in the world that test the strength and pride of Filipinos. Number 10. Singapore. Just a little over 3 hours from Manila, yet Singapore can feel like a world away. Once seen as the perfect starting point for many Filipinos who wanted to work overseas, this city is clean, orderly, and full of opportunities. But behind the bright lights of Marina Bay and spotless streets, life here isn't as easy as it looks. Mornings in Singapore begin with the rhythm of footsteps echoing on train platforms, the hiss of closing doors, and the smell of coffee in the air. Amid the rush, a young Filipino walks briskly, clutching her bag, Rowena, 29, from Cavite. She works in a cafe under a 2-year contract, earning around 55,000 pesos a month. It sounds good until you realize her rent alone costs nearly 25,000 pesos, not to mention food, transport, insurance, and the money she sends home. A single cup of coffee she sells costs about 250 pesos, the same as a full meal for her family back home. Many see her as successful, but Rowena knows success in Singapore is a race that never stops. The job system here is clearly divided. Professionals need an employment pass, requiring a minimum salary of about 210,000 pesos a month. Manual workers get a work permit, which doesn't allow bringing family members or long-term residency. Contracts are usually 2 years and entirely dependent on the employer's approval. It means no matter how hard you work, your stay depends on someone else's decision. Yet Singapore remains an invaluable training ground. Filipinos here learn efficiency, punctuality, and professionalism in every detail. Singapore taught me to work faster, more precisely, and to save better. Even when I'm tired, I know I'm growing, Rowena says. Singapore isn't a closed door, but it's a costly one, paid not only with money, but with time, discipline, and adaptability. If you dream of working here, prepare well, build your skills, your English, and your savings. Because dreams in Singapore aren't free. They're earned, one determined day at a time. And if Singapore is already a costly dream, the next country demands even more. Number 9. Japan. Not everyone chooses Japan because it's easy. Most choose it because they believe it can change their lives. But in a country where everything is measured by seconds, standards, and perfection, this dream isn't for the impatient. As the sun rises over the rooftops of Nagoya, the hum of machines fills the air. Workers bow in unison, following precise rhythms. In the corner of a factory, a young Filipino in gloves quietly murmurs Japanese phrases under his breath. That's Alan, 28, an electrician from Batangas, learning to survive in a culture built on precision. He came through the technical intern training program with a 3-year contract and earns about 110,000 pesos a month. On his first day, he didn't understand a single word during the safety briefing. Japanese sounded like endless rainfall. Months later, he memorized phrases, rules, and bows. In Japan, you don't just work. You learn to respect everything, from a single screw to the person beside you, Alan says. To get here, Alan spent nearly 180,000 pesos on language classes, documents, medical exams, and interviews. He barely passed the N4 Japanese exam, the minimum level required. Those who fail must start over. For many Filipinos, Japan feels like an exam with no bonus points, only pass or fail. The pay is decent, but living costs are steep. Around 35,000 pesos for rent, 20,000 for food, and little left to send home. Yet the true reward isn't money. After 3 years, Alan speaks Japanese fluently, feels more confident, and above all, has learned discipline and self-respect. Japan is a place where every small effort is noticed, but mistakes are rarely forgiven. Here, Filipinos don't just earn a living, they grow. And perhaps, patience is the real passport to survive and succeed in the land of the rising sun. Number 8. Australia. There are no borders truly closed to Filipinos, only places that ask you to wait longer. Australia is one of them, a dream that doesn't reject anyone, but never rushes for anyone either. Grace, 32, a nursing graduate from Cebu, once thought that a degree and good English were enough. But when she applied for skilled migration, she discovered that in Australia, even dreams are scored by points. Age, education, experience, English proficiency, and even the region you choose to live in all count. Grace scored 60 points, 5 short of the required 65. So she studied further, worked in a regional area, and waited 2 more years, a small number that changed her entire life. The cost of education and living in Australia is no joke. Tuition averages around 800,000 pesos per year, while rent and personal expenses reach about 90,000 pesos a month. But in return, the clean environment, fair job opportunities, and strong healthcare system make many Filipinos endure the long road ahead. In Australia, no one promises quick success. But if you work hard, they give you a real chance, Grace says. Some take a different path, vocational training, part-time work, then applying for residency. It's not easy, but it lets them earn while learning and building valuable experience points. In Australia, everything runs by clear rules. There are no shortcuts, only pathways. Australia isn't as strict as Japan or as closed off as Singapore, but its biggest challenge lies in time itself. Because here, it's not just about skill or money. Patience is the true measure of success. And in this slow, steady race, Filipinos keep moving forward, one step, one hope at a time. Number 7. South Korea. For many Filipinos, South Korea is a dazzling dream. Not just because of K-dramas, K-pop, or the glowing nights of Seoul, but because it opens doors through the employment permit system, EPS. Yet behind the lights of Gangnam and the aroma of kimchi are the quiet stories of thousands of Filipino workers enduring long hours between snow and steel factories. Morning in Incheon, breath fogs up in the cold air as workers in wool caps hurry through rows of misty factories. Among them is Jerome, 25, from Iloilo. He stops for a moment, exhales a puff of white smoke, and smiles wearily before starting his shift. He works at an electronics factory under a 3-year contract, earning around 90,000 pesos a month. It sounds good, until you subtract 30,000 for rent, 20,000 for food, and the money he sends home. I'm not afraid of hard work, only of winter, Jerome says. My hands crack, but I keep going. Every overtime hour counts. Under the EP's program, the maximum stay is 4 years and 10 months. After that, workers must return home or reapply from scratch. Strict rules, language barriers, and demanding workloads push Filipinos to adapt quickly. But for many, the hardest part isn't the work, it's the loneliness. In small shared rooms, they ease the homesickness through group meals, karaoke nights, or video calls with family back home. Still, Korea teaches them valuable lessons: punctuality, teamwork, and respect for labor. Every peso sent home and every day spent working in the freezing cold is proof of resilience. South Korea may only let them stay for a few years, but what they bring home, skills, discipline, and dignity, will last a lifetime. Because sometimes, short journeys leave the longest marks in the heart. Number 6. Malaysia. If there's one place that feels both familiar and foreign to Filipinos, it's Malaysia. From its tropical weather to its food and the warmth of its people, everything feels like a mirror image of home. But perhaps because of that familiarity, many don't realize that Malaysia only opens its doors temporarily. Morning in Penang, the air fills with voices in different languages. In a small roadside restaurant, the aroma of milk coffee mixes with the sound of ladles hitting pans. A Filipina adjusts her apron and smiles as customers walk in. That's Lara, 26, from Davao, who calls Malaysia her temporary home, even though she knows it was never truly hers. Lara works as a waitress under a legal labor contract, earning around 45,000 pesos a month. Tourists can enter visa-free for 30 days, but staying longer requires company sponsorship. For many, that means conditional freedom. You can work, but you can't stay. The hardest part isn't the job, Laura says. It's knowing you'll never really belong. Living costs in Kuala Lumpur or Penang average around 35,000 pesos a month. Cheaper than Singapore, but still enough to stretch every peso. Many Filipinos share rooms, cook their own meals, and send most of their income home. Malaysia gives them a start, but not a future to settle in. Yet there's something lovable about the place. Every weekend, Filipino communities in Kuala Lumpur gather to cook adobo, sing karaoke, and share stories of home. They call it Little Manila, a small corner that keeps the taste of home alive in a foreign land. Malaysia isn't glamorous or harsh, it's real. A place where dreams aren't grand, but warm enough to keep hope alive. And maybe that's why, for those who've been here, Malaysia always feels like living between two worlds, one that feels like home, but never truly is. Number 5. United Arab Emirates, UAE. Mornings in Dubai are always radiant, sunlight glinting off skyscrapers where wealth shines through every glass panel. But behind that luxury lies a quieter truth. Hundreds of thousands of Filipinos keep the city running every single day. According to the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs, over 650,000 Filipinos live and work in the UAE, mostly in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. They fill roles across construction, service, aviation, and healthcare industries. Average monthly salaries range between 60,000 and 80,000 pesos, but rent can take up half of that. The UAE's labor visa follows a sponsorship model. Workers can't freely change jobs or remain in the country without an employer. Once a contract ends, they have 30 days to find new work or leave. It's a life that feels both stable and fragile at once. Still, for many, the UAE is the gateway of opportunity. Labor laws are relatively clear, salaries competitive, and the work environment international and fast-paced. Filipino communities in Dubai have even built their own Little Manila, where they celebrate festivals, sing, and support one another. The UAE is a nation of light, but for Filipinos, that light isn't just from gold and glass. It's the light of hope, that even in temporary lives, they can build a lasting step toward a brighter future. Number 4. Qatar. When it comes to the most challenging countries for Filipino workers, Qatar almost always makes the list. Though one of the richest nations in the world, thanks to its vast oil and gas reserves, life for migrant workers here is far from easy. According to the Philippine Department of Labor, over 250,000 Filipinos currently live and work in Qatar, mostly in construction, engineering, hospitality, transport, and healthcare. Average monthly income ranges from 65,000 to 85,000 pesos, But working conditions can be harsh. Summer temperatures soar past 45 degrees Celsius, and shifts can stretch 10 to 12 hours a day. The kafala system, or labor sponsorship, has long been a major hurdle for foreign workers in Qatar. While recent reforms have relaxed some rules, such as changing employers and improving rest periods, many Filipinos say the process of securing or transferring work permits remains complicated and heavily dependent on employers. Living costs in Doha or Lusail are also high. Budget accommodation can cost 25,000 to 30,000 pesos per month, while food and transportation add another 15,000. Most Filipinos choose to live modestly so they can send money home. Still, Qatar remains an attractive destination because of its modern infrastructure, international work environment, and the chance to save quickly. For many Filipinos, it's not just a hot land in the literal sense. It's a place that forges resilience and determination, where every drop of sweat is exchanged for a brighter future. Number 3. Saudi Arabia. During a late-night hospital shift in Riyadh, the white glow of fluorescent lights reflects off the face of a Filipina nurse. She gently adjusts in 4-line and smiles when her patient whispers a soft thank you. For her, that small moment means more than any bonus. She's one of over 1 million Filipinos working in Saudi Arabia, the largest overseas Filipino community in the world. They serve across every industry: healthcare, engineering, education, domestic work, and skilled professions. Average salaries range from 60,000 to 120,000 pesos per month, but the price of that opportunity is distance, discipline, and cultural adjustment. In Saudi Arabia, foreign workers must follow strict rules about religion, clothing, and gender interactions. Even small details, how to dress, greet others, or move around alone, must be carefully considered. For many, the first few months bring real culture shock. But eventually, they learn that respect is the key to survival. Despite the challenges, Saudi Arabia remains one of the most financially rewarding destinations for Filipinos. Hospitals, oil companies, and schools value their skills and strong work ethic. The government has also improved worker protections, allowing employees to keep passports, take regular rest days, and access legal assistance more easily than before. In a country where the laws can be stricter than the climate, Filipinos have proven that discipline is not just a means of survival, it's the bridge to success. Every shift, every thank you, and every peso sent home is proof of quiet strength and pride shining across the desert sands. Number 2. China. Morning in Shanghai. Fog blankets the skyline as car horns and chatter mix into the city's pulse. In one corner of this sprawling metropolis, dozens of Filipinos line up outside a work center, clutching residence permits and watching their queue numbers flash on an electronic board. It's a familiar scene for thousands trying to build a life in China. Unlike the Middle East, China has no large-scale recruitment program for Filipino workers. Most Filipinos here arrive with work visas as English teachers, hotel staff, or professionals in international companies. An estimated 50,000 to 70,000 Filipinos currently live in major cities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Guangzhou. Salaries are relatively high, between 80,000 and 150,000 pesos a month, especially in education and hospitality. But the legal framework is complex. Work permits, visas must be renewed yearly, regulations vary by province, and companies often don't directly sponsor foreign employees. Losing a job can mean leaving the country within weeks. On top of that come language barriers, fast-paced work culture, and intense competition. Many Filipinos love China's energy, but say it feels like walking through a maze full of opportunities, but with unclear exits. Living costs in cities like Shanghai can exceed 100,000 pesos per month, making it difficult to save or send money home. Even so, Filipinos adapt with creativity and persistence. They start private English classes from close-knit OFW communities, and help one another navigate the system. China may be challenging, but for those who are patient and resourceful, it remains a land of hidden opportunities, tucked within the maze of laws and constant change. Number 1. Kuwait. Morning sunlight spills over the quiet streets of Kuwait City. In a small apartment on the outskirts, a Filipino woman folds freshly dried blankets and neatly arranges household items before beginning her day. On the table, a family photo sits beside her phone, waiting for a call from home. Her name is Eileen, 34, from Pampanga. It's been 4 years since she last went home, but each time she looks at the photo, she whispers to herself, "Just one more year." Eileen is one of tens of thousands of Filipinos working in Kuwait, mostly in domestic service, caregiving, and hospitality. She earns around 40,000 pesos a month, nearly triple what she could make back home, but it comes with strict limits, few rest days, long hours, and almost no freedom to move around. She lives with her employers, caring for children, cleaning, cooking, repeating the same cycle, 365 days a year. Kuwait was once a favorite destination for Filipino workers, but also one of the most feared due to reports of abuse and mistreatment. The Philippine government has suspended deployment several times, later reopening it with stricter conditions, clear contracts, guaranteed rest, and the right to keep personal documents. Still, not everyone is as fortunate as Eileen. "I'm grateful my employers treat me kindly," she says. "But when night comes, I still miss my children, my home, the smell of warm rice in the Philippines." Kuwait is a land of fragile opportunities, where the line between hope and hardship is thin. But for people like Eileen, perseverance is the ticket to endure. Sometimes, a single reason, a familiar voice, a family photo, is enough to keep them moving through the blazing desert, carrying the belief that the Filipino dream still lies ahead. Each of these 10 countries tells a different story, some full of promise, others full of trials, all demanding courage, sacrifice, and faith. But whether in Singapore, Japan, or Kuwait, one thing never changes: the resilience, hard work, and kindness of Filipinos across the world. If you're working abroad or preparing to start your own journey, remember, you're never alone. Every story, every effort is part of the larger picture of Pinoy pride, a pride that knows no borders. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Which country do you think is the toughest for Filipinos today? Who knows? Your story might inspire thousands of others chasing the same dream.